We move very slowly into a frigid, miserable backwater moon that orbits a long-forgotten planet somewhere out in the outer rim. The 5 of you have been here for about 2 days, ever so slowly working your way through some unknown and long-forgotten tomb. You have, with much delight, eventually arrived at the central chamber. Now, what you hope to find here is the burial chamber of whomever this particular individual was, and all of the burial stuff that goes with said important individuals. This is a large tomb, after all, and you did come down a long corridor that had very little decoration in it, so you're hoping the decoration is now here in this final chamber. The chamber itself, as you have entered it, is quite big and has a very strange coloured floor, which looks like it's made out of liquid. In the centre of the chamber is an ancient holographic projector and a very old hologram that is flickering on and off erratically. Around the edges of the chamber, there are 3 very large, looks like jade statues that have been carved, and these are glaring at the central dais. Now, there are steps which lead up to a very definite gap that you would have to leap across. That gap is about 10 foot or so. But someone in the past has left a piece of ancient wood that is now lying across that gap and supposedly will let you cross it. There is no apparent hoard of treasure here, but the hologram does seem to be of an ancient design and maybe of some salvageable use. As relic hunters, maybe the jade statues might be of use. And then there is a rather strange, curious inset into the floor in the form of a green, looks like green glass, stained glass of some kind. Below you, the liquid slowly, you think it moves ever so slightly with maybe Brownian movement. But other than that, that's all you see. Inside this chamber, by the way, it's quite warm, as opposed to outside, which is sub-zero freezing temperatures and ice everywhere. You're not sure where that heat comes from. Weiss, I need you to please give me a sense check. Is that the right skill?
I have sense force.
Absolutely. That's the check I need you to make.
C-force.
Yeah.
It's 20 plus modifier 6.
So you rolled a natural 20?
12.
Oh, 12.
12 plus 6.
All right, so total
18.
18. Fantastic. There is something unusual in this chamber. It's almost as if there is no force present in here at all, which under normal circumstances is very strange. Usually there's always some background sense of the force. It permeates everything after all, and it binds all living things together. When you stepped into this chamber, it seemed to stop.
Guys, I think there is no force in this room.
I'm going to move in.
None at all.
Not at all.
Huh.
Does that concern any of us, though?
Well, it's weird, I think.
Oh, great. No force. I mean, that means there's no bad guys?
Well, it may be bad or may be good. We don't know for sure.
What could cause something like this?
You can give me a knowledge check, if you please. Whis?
I have Jedi lore knowledge.
Perfect. Even better.
Oh, 7 plus 6. So it will be 30. 30.
You've heard rumors. You've heard rumors from Tython that there are places where the Force is just not present. There are certain crystals that you know of that can prevent that from happening. You don't really see any crystals here, and the statues that stand around the room are not Sith in design, so it's unlikely that it is that. It just seems like it's a dead space. Perhaps it might be coming from this liquid, because it's definitely not water, but you're not sure.
I'm not totally sure about this room. It doesn't seem like anything I read about, but this liquid beneath us is really, really weird. It may be something to do with it.
Yes. Lexi reaches into a little toolkit and pulls out like a small metal stud and drops it in the water.
Who's watching this little metal stud as it's dropping into the water?
Itura is very curious.
That was curious.
Everybody's looking except Shao?
Yeah, Xiao's kind of fascinated by this hologram.
I gotcha. All right, so I'm just going to reposition you. So I would assume Shao kind of walks forward maybe whilst everyone else leans over the side and watches as you drop this. What is it made out of?
Just some random metal. It's just like a stud that you might use for repairing things, like a small nail or something. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
Just some amalgamation of alloy metal.
You drop it into this liquid, and for a moment it sits on the surface. It doesn't actually break through the surface.
Huh.
And then it dissolves in bubbling black smoke until there's nothing left except for a
That's not good.
Yes.
Right, so best to avoid that then, eh?
Yeah. Don't fall in.
Shao, looking at the hologram, you can see that it's definitely a humanoid of some kind. Can you give me a knowledge check? Do you have maybe knowledge history or alien species?
I've got politics and business.
Give me a politics check.
Okay. 14 plus 4, 18.
Okay. The dress style of this particular individual, you're fairly certain that this is someone from a period maybe 2,000 or 3,000 years earlier than the period you guys are currently in. So it's still part of the Republic, but it's before the Galactic Civil War, it's before the Jedi Civil War, it's before the Sith Wars. It's really, really, really early back, when oftentimes politicians would have these private sanctuaries that they would keep their most dear secrets locked away in. And if this politician has any good secrets, sure, they're 2,000 years old, but there might be some territorial land claims or, you know, an ancient bank account with several billion credits that have slowly been accruing over the last 2 millennia. Who knows? But that might very well be the case.
Wow. This hologram is peculiarly old. He looks like something almost millennia old. Multiple. And I think we're in the right place as far as finding a relic goes, or some kind of secret.
Right, so that wee plank.
I don't like the look of that.
It definitely looks
Not
old
going
and
to
green.
use this plank.
How big's the gap, did you say?
It's 10 feet.
What are the jumping rules in this game?
Why didn't I take the jump skill?
I don't have force jump too.
I have the jump skill, but I just don't know what the jump rules are.
I only have climb.
It's only 10 feet. It's not that far. It's probably safe to jump across. Probably.
How deep's the drop? How far's the drop from the top
10
of these
foot.
stairs?
It's a 10-foot drop down into the sludge. And from the top of the stairs, it's actually a 15-foot drop, sorry.
I believe in the force. I will jump. Let's see what's happened.
Shortest play campaign ever.
Lexi takes this little implement from out of her belt and attaches this little canister to it. It kind of just stands with it, just ready to grapple. And if he falls in.
If Whis falls in. All right, Whis, give me a jump check as you try to leap gallantly across.
It's 3. Well,
So you know those. So you know those secondary characters we were talking about. You leap, but Lexi, you were standing ready with your little gas canister.
Yeah, I've got like a little
Grappling hook.
Grappling hook
Yes.
thing. Yeah, but I don't know if you can it'll play out 20 meters, but
Perfect.
I don't know if it plays it all out or whether I don't know how they work.
I'm assuming
I can stop it at some point.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to stop it, because otherwise that'd be impractical. So you can make a ranged attack versus Weiss's defense. What is your defense, Weiss?
I'm trying to see where it is.
Depending on which character she... 13?
I doubt it's higher than 21.
Yeah, it's based on your class bonus. 13? Okay.
Yep.
13. That's what you got to get, Lexi.
I got 21. And as I do it, I yell, "Someone better grab me!" She's tiny.
I grab her.
Oh no, what have I done? You grab her? All
Well,
right.
I'm 2 foot bad back and all.
Okay, you grab her. Roll a d6 for me, please, Lexi. Weiss did not make it across. He is down there.
2.
2. You take 2 points of vitality damage, Weiss, as this grappling hook digs into your ribs, and she starts pulling you up, and you're dangling a few feet above this pit. In your dangling, you can see bits of dust and stuff pouring off the side of the stonework, which you realize, all of you on the stairs, the stonework is actually very old, so it's kind of crumbly a little bit. And as those stones are falling in, they're just hissing and vaporizing almost instantly as you dangle there. Everyone is holding on to you, so you don't have too much trouble. You press the little button on your grapple hook, and instead of it pulling you towards the hook, you now pull Weiss back up onto the stairs with you.
So, I reckon blowing up a bit of this bridge will not do.
Blowing up a bit of the bridge?
Yeah, like making a rubble bridge will not work.
Yeah, you suspect that will actually just dissolve. Yeah.
Wait, call me crazy, but ain't this stuff touching the side of the bridge we're on?
Precisely.
Okay. That makes perfect sense.
I want to very closely look at the sides of the bridge.
As you look down at the sides of the bridge, you're scrutinizing it quite carefully. You don't have to make a roll for me. You can see that there is a very distinct separation between the base of the stairwell that you're on and the level of the water. The area around the level of the water and below it, the walls, seem to be coated in a very different kind of substance to the stonework above the level. Now you can give me a perception check, however.
Okay, I have the sharp-eyed feet, and
Ah.
I have proficiency in search.
Okay, give me a search check then. As you very carefully scrutinize this area.
That's an 8 plus 8. Oh, that's 16.
Okay. As you're looking down, so at the waterline, whatever this chamber is made out of, the underside is made out of something very different to the surface. It seems to be made out of a different kind of rock altogether, which now that you realize it actually could be possibly quite green in terms of its nature. However, you also notice there are several circular, is it inlets or outlets, just below the waterline, or the liquid line anyway, which if you didn't know better, these look like they would be used to pump more of this stuff into this space.
That does not look safe. There's like pipes coming in, and they could be used to fill the chamber up more with this stuff.
What is this thing is going to rise up?
I don't know, but
Is it just
I'd
one
be
way?
very careful about traps.
Right.
But there's like a green stone that doesn't dissolve into the liquid.
Would Zep be able to look for anything out of the ordinary on the ceiling, just to make sure?
You look up to the ceiling, and it's quite dark, but you can see it looks like a series of hoops have been threaded into the ceiling. Every 5 feet, there seems to be a large circular hoop, and that's a good 15 feet above you, but it looks like the ceiling is covered with hoops.
Okay. There are
is
hoops
there-
up there, by the way.
Is there a way to climb to them?
Not from where you are, and when you look back, apart from the doorway that you came in on, which is directly behind you down here, aside from that doorway, they're just up in the air. But they do cover the entire length of the chamber.
And they look secure.
They do. It's difficult to tell. It is quite dim up there, but yes, they certainly look robust. Not like the tree trunk, which is covered in sort of green moss.
Hmm.
I have rope with me. Could I tie like a screwdriver at the end of it and try and thread it through the hoop and try to get like a...
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
Belt.
Not difficult at all. After a good couple tries of throwing this thing up and everyone watching as the screwdriver lands and then everyone trying different methods and the usual chaos that ensues when trying to throw something through a hoop, eventually you get it through the first hoop. And when you tug on that rope, it feels really solid.
Nice. I climb up.
You climb up it. Where are you climbing up? I'm assuming the hoop is in the middle of this landing that you went for. You didn't go for one.
Yeah, you said that they're like 5 feet apart, so
They're-
like 30
yes.
centimeters?
Yeah, yeah.
So I can just like...
Okay, give me a climbing check, if you please. As
15 plus 5. That's an unnatural 20.
everyone watches as Utura very easily gets across to the other side. Where are you going to drop down on the other side? You have quite a large platform up until you get to the hologram.
Where the plank's end is.
All right, you sort of monkey across and then drop down onto the platform. Not a problem.
I have 60 meters of rope. That is... Oh,
You've got more than
What,
enough
in
to have
feet?
left on to thread it across. Absolutely.
good. So there would be a...
Is everyone else going to climb along this line of death?
Quite
Okay.
impressive, Itura, but I can't
Is-
do that.
Is the length of rope still hanging down? Obviously,
Yeah, it's
just
like...
climb up.
Maybe swing across.
What did we put? Yeah, I was going to say. I was might I could swing across instead. Might be a little bit easier.
Yes, you can indeed swing across. Not a problem. So you
I have
can.
all the grace of an earth.
Just remember to let go.
Yes, otherwise a very tragic thing happens. All right, so who is going to try and swing across?
I will. Lexi.
Lexi's going to try and swing across. Okay, not a problem at all. You know what? I'm going to count that either as a jump or a climb. It's your choice.
They're both the same, so it doesn't really matter. It's 16.
Absolutely fine. You swing across. Where are you going to land?
I'll drop off probably over. I'm trying to ping the map on Roll20 to the left, to the left.
Left this way.
Yeah, just a little bit that way. Yeah.
All right.
Or I'll land and then kind of just move to give room for people to, so not just a big massive pile of people.
Who's
I'd
next?
be spotting.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah, Zeb's
Zeb will try and
next.
swing across.
All right, Zeb, you try and swing. You can give me jump or climb.
They're both the same. 13 minus 1, 12.
You land on the other side unceremoniously. There is a large thump and a thud as you get across.
Well, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's all good. Whis, Shao?
I'll check the plank. Just step a bit on it.
You're going to stand on the plank? Okay.
Not stand, just push it
Just-
with my feet to
All
see
right.
if it breaks.
I want you to roll a d20. Just roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
13.
The log seems to hold.
Oh,
Seems.
see.
Yeah, well, you kind of put your foot on it and it seems fine. You'll only know what happens when you're in the middle, whether it breaks or not. But there's slime on it, but it doesn't look like it's going to break anytime soon.
I'm not going to go through. I'm going to run through.
Okay, you desperately try and run across. I think is there balance? I'm trying to remember this game from 20 years ago. No, there
Mhm.
is
Yeah,
such
the
balance.
balance.
Yep,
Yeah.
balance.
There is balance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me a balance check, if you please. Are you holding on to the rope at the same time as running across?
I
you
may
can do
hold
that.
to that.
You can indeed do that.
Because I got 11.
All right, 11 is fine. There's a heart-stopping moment as you get to the middle and you feel this whole thing bend slightly. Holding onto the rope, you kind of run across. You're absolutely fine.
Oh no.
That just leaves one Quarren on the other side.
Well, Shao remains very calm and cool on the exterior. But only on the exterior. He's way out of his comfort zone. Thinking about the marketplaces on Planet Dak. So he's going to very carefully walk across using the rope.
All right.
Slowly. He's tall, but he's very slender. But this is
not as...
Oh boy.
Give me a balance check.
2.
2.
Yeah.
As you are walking across, look at me being all optimistic that you're going to make it. As you are walking across, your foot slips out from the plank I need you to give me a strength or a climb check, if you please.
12.
You hold on to the rope, but you are hanging over this gap.
I'm not going to ask for help.
You're not going to ask for help? You're going to try and pull yourself back up onto the log?
Oh my gosh.
The rest of you are watching as Shao is hanging.
Oh,
Someone help him!
Zep is going to try and wobble over and grab the rope to pull him in.
All right, you're going to try and grab the rope. Okay, give me a strength check, Zeb.
Oh boy.
All those wonderful skills you've got.
Just get a little pendulum going. Just little, like you're on a swing in the playground.
Does a 0 help?
Oh.
No. You gingerly sort of reach for the rope, but that doesn't help at all. Anybody else going to do anything? Well,
Shoulder's locking up.
Oh,
Shao says, I've got this, and then starts trying to pull himself across.
all right, give me a final strength check, please, with no help from Zep, I'm afraid.
15.
Yes. All right. You crawl onto the other side. However, because of that, as you're crawling across, you all watch as Shao drags and pulls himself up. The log is bumped.
And it's gone.
And when I grab it, it is unfortunately, yes. It falls away into the liquid and instantly burns and vaporizes. Your rope, however, is still
We'll
there.
have to jump back.
You are now on the platform with this creature. I'm going to zoom out just to remind you of the situation that you are currently in. This is where you find yourselves. There are the 3 statues looking directly at the plinth. And then there's this flashing hologram every now and again.
And what's the thing in the ground again? Was it just...
It looks like a glass panel of some kind. It literally looks like it's just panels of blue glass. And if you look at it, it looks like there's something underneath it. Like maybe it's a lid, or you could open it and there'd be something inside of it.
I want to activate my recording stick before we interact with the
Very
hologram.
clever. Now I can't do the whole, this is my last recording. I will fail after this. You must remember my... No, we've got a recording device. It's Come on, it's the Republic era.
It's the future. Hey, in 2020, people record everything.
Zep is going to try something stupid.
Uh-oh.
He's going to look at the hologram and go, "Hey, hologram, you awake or going to stand there?"
So are you walking up to the hologram?
Slowly, but yes.
keeping Whis kind of in the same line, perhaps. All right, that's what you're doing. Shao, what are you doing?
Shao's hands are shaking a little bit, but again, face staying cool. And Shao has a little skills with crafting hollow art and computer use. So he would be kind of pondering the mechanical aspect of the hologram and thinking if he might be able to fix it so that it's more stable.
Are you going to approach it?
I'll walk over with Zep.
There's this little cluster of heroes walking towards the hologram. Itura?
Would I know of like old Republic security mechanisms in graves because I've been to a lot of them?
What knowledges do you have? Knowledge skills.
Archaeology.
Archaeology is fine. Give me an archaeology check. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Oh, 7 plus 6. That's a 13.
Generally, most tombs, and this now definitely speaks of a tomb, there's the acidic liquid, which implies that if something is done to deface the tomb without permission, most likely this individual was so paranoid that he would rather erase everything in this space than let someone get it. That's what you think of when you think of security, because your mind's kind of going, well, there's usually security, right? What could the security be? Well, there's acidic liquid with jets that could possibly spew out more. And it eats through the rock face. So he's going to rather erase everything than let whoever it is get what he has held dear. It again implies it could be quite valuable, though, because this would be an incredibly elaborate setup to just waste. It does also mean there might be a workaround because he wants someone to find and open this, just not the wrong person.
Okay, I relay this to the rest of the group. Being like, this dude, he seems quite paranoid. There's probably all sorts of mechanisms in store, but just don't deface, like, don't desecrate the grave, whatever you do. I mean, we don't want to drown in acid.
Lexi, what are you doing whilst hearing about potentially drowning in acid?
I think Lexi's going to take a look at this panel. She's not going to touch it, though. She's just going to have a little peer at it and see if she can see what's in it, or does it look mechanical or just physical?
When you look at the panel itself, you realize that there are 8 panels around the central one, and then 8 around those. Okay. It looks like they can be pressed in. There are strange glyphs on each one incised into the actual glass. And the very central one has what looks to be like a handprint, which you think you would be able to push down. And then looking through the glass, it looks as if there are a series of data crystals neatly arrayed. There's 6 of them. In a fairly straightforward obsidian tray.
I think if we press these probably in the right order, we might be able to open it. But I don't know what the right order is.
Yeah.
Zip would like to look around the base of the hologram to see if there's any trigger mechanisms.
Okay. As you approach to look at this base for the trigger mechanisms, the hologram turns. It's obviously got some kind of motion sensor and looks at you, Zep, in that very blank way that holograms look, and says something, but it glitches and jitters and then continues for a moment. It says, "As I am naturally," and then it glitches. "The code to my legacy glitches," and it just kind of goes on a bit of a loop. And then it finishes off with, "Are you the one?" And then it glitches and then repeats. Looking at the base of it, you can realize that there is an ancient power cell that is driving this thing, which has been corrupting over the millennia. Slowly, the power converters are corroding and being eaten away by just time, really. Weiss, you were also walking towards this thing. What are you doing?
Yep. I may use my Jedi lore knowledge to see if it's something Jedi related.
You can give me a check, absolutely.
2 + 6. Not enough.
He's not wearing robes. He's not a Jedi. That's what you get with that. Shao?
Seeing this power cell, I guess,
Yep.
Shao would kind of decide that this is a little out of his league. He's more of a tinkerer with computer systems.
Okay.
So, but he was thinking earlier, Itura mentioned this green stone that was protecting against the acid,
Right.
and then that the statues were also green.
Yeah.
Weren't they?
That's right.
So he's kind of going to step to the side of the platform and look across at the statue, kind of study its features, its clothes, and then also the stone it's made out of, and see if he can compare it to the stone that resists melting.
Makes perfect sense. You're looking at the statues, you realize they look big, but they're actually humanoid size. Give me a search check.
That is 12.
And now that you look at it, they look almost more like suits of armor than actually statues. But
Oh.
yes, definitely made out of green.
And
Itura?
they're not.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
They're not?
And they're not armor that's on a statue. It's just the suit itself.
They kind of look like they're on a frame. Almost
Okay.
like spacesuits might be on a frame, or pilot suits might be hanging on a frame, something like that. Itura?
Hearing the hologram speak, I would walk to it.
Yes.
Does the power cell look like it could be changed without effing it up?
Yes, you think you could do a little bit of a bridge into a new power cell if you had one? Yeah, absolutely.
I do.
Uh-huh. Okay. Are you going to tell everyone your plan?
Yes, because Lexi is the tinker of us, right? I'm going to turn to Lexi and be like, I think we could make him talk a bit more coherently, but I think I need your help. I have a power cell, but it's thousands of years old, the whole thing. I'm really not sure.
Right. I'll come to that. Someone with a bit more brains wants to try and see if they can decipher these runey things. Aye, that might be better. I keep trying to move my token and I'm going to slap myself if I do it one more time.
Was it a power pack or an energy cell?
Either or will be fine. If it's a power pack, it'll last for longer. If it's an energy cell running a hologram, it'll probably last for about 15 minutes.
I'll scrap a power pack.
All right. So you are starting to work on that. Back to you, Zep.
This is tricky. I'm gonna look around. Can I just look at the statues more carefully just to see if I can make out anything?
You can give me a search check, sure. You looking at a different statue or the same statue?
Different.
Different one. All right.
Does it one succeed?
You glaring at the statue, and after a moment, you realize that you're actually not looking at it anymore. You're thinking about the ship's interior and that loose floor plating, which you said you were going to fix about 10 years ago, and you still haven't fixed it. And then you realize, wait, I'm supposed to be looking at the statue. So that's what you see there.
It could use a new coat of paint. Where am I?
Wiz, what do you do?
I maybe go and check the panel.
In the
Glass
floor?
panel.
Okay. Absolutely. You see the same thing, the runes carved into the glass plating.
I may try to decipher them.
Yes,
Maybe.
absolutely. Do you have disable device?
Oh, nope. Disable device, nope.
Okay. What knowledges do you have?
I have archaeology and Jedi lore.
Give me an archaeology check.
It will be 16.
You realize that this is an ancient countdown. It's numbers. And if you put them in the right sequence, then it should unlock without too much of a problem.
Oh, I think I know what is it. What is this? It's a number lock. Maybe the hologram have the right number to it.
So count
Get it
down
fixed.
from downwards.
Well, it's not a countdown. It's more like a locking mechanism. Number locking mechanism. So it's like a safe or something like that.
That's what you're getting. Let's see, that was wise. Back to you, Shao.
Shao would turn back to the hologram, thinking of how he can help, and seeing them preparing to tinker with the battery, to walk over. I'm a little concerned about this. Will you need to totally disconnect the power source to transfer to a new one? Because if we shut it off, that could set off a trap.
I'm trying to avoid that.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure we could try it. I'll work around. Maybe attach the new one before we disconnect the old one first, if that makes sense.
okay. So kind of like lean over their shoulders and try to point things out and express fear at everything they do.
Okay, so one of you can either give me a jury rig or a repair check. The others will follow suit. So one of you chooses the skill that you're going to use. The others will follow suit. If you roll above 10, you will add +2 to the primary user's roll.
I don't have either.
So who's
Okay,
going to do
I
the
have.
swap out?
I'll do the swap out.
Okay. So Shao and Itura, if you have repair, you can do it untrained. I believe you get a -4 penalty to your check. But if you get above 10, you give Lexi a bonus. If you get 0 or less, you give Lexi a penalty because you've said connect the green wire and it was actually the blue wire.
So computer use is of no use.
No, this is electrical wiring. It's definitely
Okay.
a repair. Yeah.
Is it the dexterity or intelligence?
Intelligence is repair, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the throw plus the intelligence modifier -4.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, you could
Maybe
just
I shouldn't
not.
have said anything.
I've got a nice +7. I'd rather not make it less.
Yeah, taking 10 won't hurt.
No, taking 10 won't help in this case.
Please. That's a 9.
That's a 9. That's okay. It wasn't a 1 or less than 0, so that's all right. Lexi very quickly realizes that Itura is trying to help, but really, not helping at all. Shao, are you even going to try and weigh in on this, or are you...
Yeah, I already rolled. I shouldn't have. I did, but I got a 7, so
Yeah, Lexi,
chirping in the other ear.
you zone out the noise from behind you because that's what it is. As you quietly do the switch, what's your roll, please?
Let's hope I don't mess this up. 18.
Oh, that's fine. You cross-link the two. You realize just before you switch over to the power cell that you have to dial down on the amount of energy being used. You do so. The hologram flickers for a moment, and then it solidifies. And it instantaneously looks at the nearest person, which is Atura at the moment, and it says,
I will record.
I will have my notebook at the ready.
All right. Everyone turns to watch, and this hologram says, I am Governor Eldaris. If you steal from me, you are a single thief. If you are loyal, you are 3 times the hero. Love me, and I am forsworn to help you. Bring my knowledge to Farith 5 to save my one and only love. Are you loyal?
Shoot. Hard 5, 1.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, really?
And
then
it repeats it.
He repeats. I will repeat it. I am Governor Eldaris. If you steal from me, you are a single thief. If you are loyal, you are 3 times the hero. Love me, and I am forsworn to help. Bring my knowledge to Farith 5 to save my one and only love. Are you loyal?
5 numbers.
And then it just repeats.
I think I've got it.
I think I got it too.
Can Zep hear this, or is he just too zoned out?
No, you can hear it. You can hear it because there was that sort of that flurry of activity behind you that you know so well from your crew. And then they've all gone really quiet, which means either they're breaking something, they have broken something, or they are eating something and you don't know about it.
What are you doing over there? Oh, got it working. Nice.
Well, we may have the numbers.
Right, what do you
They
think?
look good. I think it's 1, 3, 4, 5, 1.
Me too.
Love hell,
That's
but
fine.
only love.
Does spelling matter? Because technically the word forsworn is not spelled
Yeah.
with F-O-U-R.
You are singular. Bling. Ring to Farith 5.
Anyone can give me astrogation
Also-
check.
The fact that it's a 1 and a 1 and loyal begins with an L and an L, I don't know, that kind of makes sense to me too, but I might just be talking out loud.
Anyone,
Yeah, loyal has 5 letters.
Anyone want to give me a astrogation check?
Nope.
No.
Oh yeah, help forever.
Yeah, astrogation.
1, 3, 4, 5, 1.
Ooh. I can do that.
All right. Give me astrogation.
That is 19.
19.
Oh, nice.
You actually know of a planet called Farith. It hasn't been called Farith 5 in a very long time because those were an old form of planetary numbering. Nowadays, it's just known as Farith Prime, which is not particularly far from here, as a matter of fact. It's only 2 sectors over. What anyone would want to do on Farith Prime, you're not sure. It's a fairly well-to-do spaceport here in the Outer Rim. Probably one of the bigger planets from a commercial perspective. But yes.
So Zep
But
is going to relay this to everybody.
But it would not have been known by the name Prime in the olden days.
No, it was in the old days, the naming convention when a new planetary system was found was the sun was always given a name and then the planets were numbered 1 through however many after that. So Farith 5 was effectively the 5th planet from the sun Farith. The Farith system is not far from here, but now it's just called Farith Prime.
Logical.
So they're not prime numbers.
Do we try to input those numbers there, or?
Are you saying 1, 3, 4, 5, 1?
Yes, I'm thinking of those ones.
I'm getting that one too.
Yes.
Right. Before Lexi wants to look around, does she think that the water will rise to the ceiling? The acid, sorry, will rise all the way to the ceiling?
It's difficult to tell because if it has done it before, someone had to come in and rebuild all of this stuff because you have seen the stone dissolve. It's 15 feet high. The ceiling is another 15 feet, so that's 30 foot. That would be a huge amount of acid, but who knows what reserves are underneath this thing. And if this fellow was a governor of a planet, he certainly would have had access to the financial resources to build something like this.
And I'm assuming that their wee door will close, as otherwise it'll just all pour out.
The door behind you, yes, when you came through, the door was actually open. But from your vantage point on this plinth, you can see that those doors do slide down, and that would be a very effective way of keeping liquid inside.
I'm just thinking of a wee backup plan. If it goes wrong and it starts filling up, then we could just hang on the ceiling until we figure something out.
What are those statues you were looking at? Who was it looking
They're
at?
not actually statues. They appear to be suits of armor. And I do find it peculiar that he said, if you are loyal, you are 3 times the hero. And there are 3 suits of armor. I don't know if that's a coincidence.
3 of us won't turn into puddles of goo.
Itura looks at her brace on her left arm, knocks it, and is like, I don't think I'll fit inside one of those.
I don't think I could lift one of those.
Also, that's
quite robust.
That's a wee bit further to jump than the last one.
There are hoops.
We have the
Oh, right. Well, maybe someone should have a wee shimmy across before we do anything drastic.
So is anyone else going to have a wee shimmy across the pit of acid before we do anything drastic?
Oh,
okie dokes. That's a climb check from you. You don't have the rope in this instance, I'm afraid, unless you're going to do something fancy, Lexi.
Isn't the rope still up?
Well, yeah, you can climb up the rope, and then is that what you're going to do, Lexi? You're going to climb up the rope and then walk across the rings that way? Is that your plan?
I'm not doing it.
Oh, I thought you were. Are you saying someone else should?
Yes.
You didn't get any volunteers. It doesn't sound like it anyway.
I'm going to say this right now. It seems that armor might be a trap. I mean, when you touch it, wouldn't that be like looting? Isn't that kind of loot-based?
that's true.
I don't know if he'd regard you as a messenger. I don't think so. There were only 6 crystals inside. Do we know how many fit into the? But does it look like any are missing?
No.
Maybe I will throw my saber at the armor.
Wait.
Maybe I will do something.
Wait. The message wasn't just numbers. He's pleading with us to take his knowledge to Ferrith 5 and not to steal from him. So maybe the treasure here is not a physical item, but
so we need
some kind
to
of
leave the
information.
armors.
I think you're right when you said it was a trap.
Leave the armor, take the crystals, or at least the knowledge from the crystals.
That may be it.
What was it?
We need to input the numbers anyway.
Lexi stands in front of the hologram, where she just does a little wee Bob. She goes, will I your lordship? Right.
All right. And then you go over to the glass. Where is everyone else going? So Weiss, where are you going?
I'm going to the glass too.
All right.
Let's see what's happened.
Captain Zepp?
I'm going to walk over on one of the sides with the statue.
Okay. That's as far as you can go to that statue.
Okay. Maybe if like one of us each stand where the statues are when we do this. Maybe that just, I don't know, just firing in the dark here.
Itura?
Itura is going to walk to the rope and like hold it in her hand at the ready.
Prepare to escape.
Shao?
Shao wants to kind of keep an eye on the crystal plinth, but I'll stay close to the hologram.
So sort of
And
there.
just kind of watch. Yeah, that was
All right.
What
Lexi?
was it about?
Sorry? The line of, if you are loyal, you are 3 times the hero. What numbers are you going to input, Lexi?
At first, she's going to eject the used liquid rope canister and eject a fresh one. She goes, now this will hold 500 kilograms. But if it all goes wrong, it should take all of us up there with any luck. Is everyone happy to go with 1, 3, 4, 5, 1?
Wait. One real quick question here. Is there a 9 on that thing? I can't read it.
Well, there are numbers.
There were
are
8.
a whole bunch of random numbers. It's 8 by 8. Yeah.
3 times a hero. There's 3 heroes here. That'd be 9, wouldn't it?
So there's a grid of 8 times 8, 64 numbers.
No, it's 16 numbers. If you look at let me zoom in on the circle and it'll be clearer. If you look at the actual
Like a pie, and then with a circle.
Ah,
inside
okay.
the back. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
8, it's
wedges
4
up.
and 4 and 8 and 8. Yeah.
well, but if there's only 3 times the singular hero, he doesn't say singular, but 3 times 1 hero, still 3. I don't know.
All right. Here's the idea here, boys. I'm going to count from 10 to 1. And if nobody wants to push anything, then I'm just going to put in what we originally had.
3. If loyal, 3 times the hero. Are you loyal? Steal singular.
I'm okay with those numbers.
If you love me, I will help you forever. What sort of symbols are there on there?
Just numbers.
Are they just numbers?
Except for the center, which is the hand.
All right. We're putting it in. Come on now.
Go on.
The tour just grabs the rope. All right, so you're punching in the numbers. The first number you punch in is what?
That will be 1.
1. You press the 1 number. It sinks in. There's a grinding sound. And then nothing else.
Good. Now we push 3.
You press 3. It sinks in. There's a grinding sound. And the 1 pops back out.
Oh no! That's not the numbers we needed.
Wait. Try the 4 real quick. See if it, is a pattern or something.
How many 3s are there? No, the 3
Well,
was not
It's
right.
just 1. You
There's
press the 4. It grinds in. And then the 3 pops out.
All right.
Well,
Ain't bad news.
It's just
Maybe
popping
that
out
will work.
because we need to push. We might need to push that number again, right? Like
Or
one
is it just
at
popping
end
the
of our
previous
pattern.
out?
Well,
Right,
we have-
if we're going to press one twice, you're right.
Ah, true.
So
now
next
we
one's
press
5.
5.
You press 5, it grinds in, the 4 pops out.
Finally,
And now
number
the
1,
last one.
just like
The
me.
1.
You press the 1, it grinds in, the 5 pops out.
And then Lexi slams a hand on the top bit.
You slam your hand on the top bit, the 1 pops out, and the glass opens up.
Oh, I did it! Ah, right.
Oh,
Whew.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, my heart was beating. a wee
Call
bit
me a flying Wookiee.
there.
It worked.
oh.
There
I
are
almost got a heart attack.
there are 6 data crystals sitting gleaming in their box.
Need
Well,
a calamari surprise after this.
I will try to take them
Absolutely.
slowly.
You lift each one, there's that faint clink sound as the actual crystal comes out. No problem at all. The first one comes out.
So I will take all of them.
All right, you take all 6. You're going to put them in a bag.
Maybe somewhere safe in the side bag.
All right.
Somewhere.
You take them safely. As you lift the last one out, the glass starts to close down again until it clicks shut. All is quiet.
Well,
All is good. Thing.
I
No,
will
we need to
yell
jump
to
back.
this. I will yell to the statue. We will take these to Forest 5.
Well, I
No
think we
response. The
will
hologram.
examine.
Right,
is
now
on
let's
the
get out
cycle.
of here while we're still in one piece.
There is a hoop and a rope and no log to walk across this time round.
Oh
I need
no.
to jump back. Sadly.
Tarzan.
You're going to hold on to the rope and swing back across. All right. You can all just very quickly give me a strength or a dexterity check. Just roll and...
It's the same for me. Anyway. Oh, 19.
Weiss is across.
natural 20 plus 1.
Natural 20. Zep sails across and lands beautifully on the other side. Lexi.
I got 9.
Lexi swings across, toes touch the tip of the stairs, and then she swings back again. Itura.
I would be last to take the rope with me and like thread it back out.
Okay, so you're going to have to wait for Lexi. Shao.
Or
4.
okay.
Shao swings out across, doesn't even get his toe on the edge because apparently he feels that swinging out into the middle of nowhere is more appropriate. And then he swings and dangles once again over the giant vat of acid.
Make that 2 calamari surprises.
Deep fried. Yeah. And so, again, Weiss, Zep, are you going to try and pull him in, or are you going to watch as Itura and Lexi try and pull him
Well,
back?
maybe we both try this time.
Hopefully my back keeps up.
I'll shove his butt and yell, catch.
All right. There is a collective shoving and pushing and pulling, and between you all, you managed to get Shao across, not a problem. Lexi, give me another jump or dexterity check, if you please.
Oh, dirty 20 this time.
Dirty 20, you land on the other side, not a problem, leaving Itura as last. Give me your
I would
check.
climb up. Can I use climb?
Yes, you can.
Yes. Well, that's 19 plus 5, so 24.
Oh, you make it all the way to the other side without a problem whatsoever. That puts you
We
in
did
this...
it. Oh, no, that was bad.
That puts you in this corridor. You're absolutely fine. Everything seems to be okay. The doors have not sealed, so yeah, everything seems to be good. You step out into the corridor. I assume.
Yeah, Lexi's straight out that door.
Who's out? Who's leading the
think
charge?
I know what's going to happen now.
Who's leading the charge?
Oh, you got
Oh.
those crystals. Let me take them.
Lexi's going straight through, I think.
Lexi's going to run straight into the
Yeah.
space. Okay, followed by. Who's
I'm
next?
going last.
Weiss is last.
Second to last.
Second last is Zep. So Shao or Tura is next.
Shao takes one final kind of glance because he wants to sketch this place later in hollow art, and then he'll go in,
Nice.
follow
Itura?
through.
Itura looks like she wants to do something.
No, I'm scared. I think the crystals need to come last, but I'll wait until. No, I'll just go through.
All right, you go through. There we go. As you step out into the corridor, you've been down this corridor before. There's the strange statues with this dead skeleton at the very far end of the room. But you now realize that before, when you guys came through here, there's some ancient old tech as well. Weiss, you are the last person through.
Yes.
Give me a perception check as you step through the doorway, please.
Perception check.
Would that be okay? So since it wasn't a straight up perception roll, there's spot and listen.
Oh, sorry. Listen.
Okay.
Sorry.
So it's 13.
As you step through, you think you hear the governor, or the hologram anyway, saying, "Thank you for your service." And then the hologram turns off.
Oh,
The doors behind you slowly close and seal up.
oh, I think it was good that we didn't take anything else there.
Oh, right.
I think we have a trip to Farith 5 ahead of us.
As those doors open up, this panel in the wall, which previously had locked it off, slides back and across. Oh, let me just grab it again.
Oh, look at that.
And reveals a chamber on the other side, and you can see engraved on this very green obsidian. It looks like some writings which you've seen around the Jedi temples on Coruscant or on Tython. But
I'm going to take this.
you know the
Also,
exit
I'm going to
is
take this.
to your left down the long corridor. But that's what you're seeing. So I'm going to go in order here. Weiss, you want to head out and have a look at them?
Yep, for sure.
Okay. Why is he doing that? So you're heading out to have a look at them. Lexi?
So how big's the chamber that it's exposed? Or is it another corridor it's exposed?
No, you think that's it. It's difficult to tell because it's quite dark.
Right, okay.
Yeah, let me just do that. There we go. You know the exit is down there at the white block because you came down this corridor before.
It could be another wee taste. Hang on. So she reaches into a toolkit belt again. She's a massive tool belt.
he said
And
to take all the knowledge.
She takes out
I'm
one of
taking
the
all the knowledge.
glow stick and she activates the glow stick and she
Yes.
throws it into the room.
Okay, you take a glow stick, and what color is the glow stick?
I think they're like,
Blue, green.
yes, probably like I think they're a glow. So like they're a 20-meter glow, I think, because they're not just like a snap glow stick. They're a,
I got you.
No.
That's a glow stick.
Cool.
yeah, sweet.
Nice.
It reveals two stone slabs, one of which has obviously been destroyed or is broken due to old age. The other one seems pristine. This is a 6-foot-high plinth that's got a whole bunch of writing carved all over it. Yes.
All that knowledge.
So that was Lexi. Itura?
Itura would just straight away clump her way there and start feverishly copying the whatever is on the plinth.
Okay, you're walking your way towards there to copy what's on the plinth. Shao?
Shao's never seen anything like this. You said they were Jedi runes?
Yeah, and unless you've been to Coruscant or Tython, you're unlikely to have seen them.
Yeah, so he's kind of just admiring these new symbols and just watching.
Walking closer or not?
Oh, yes, definitely. He wants to go in and check them out closely.
Okay. Zep?
Oh, more spooky tunnels. Well, nothing venture, nothing gain, no credits made. And I'm going to walk closer towards it.
Okay. Wise, are you going to let them get to it before you do?
No, I'm going there to decipher those.
All right, you're rushing forward to try and decipher them. Lexi, did you go forward? No, Lexi is just standing
Nope.
there.
She threw in the light to see what was going on. And then she's just gonna wait. Can you bring the light back when you come back out?
All right.
Place the battery.
So, Wise, you are looking at the writings. Itura, you are looking at the writings. Zep's looking at the writings. Shao, you're looking at the writings. Lexi, you notice that there is a clunk and a clunk as these two statues rotate.
Right. I'd get out of there right now if I was you.
So, Weiss, how are you trying to copy what is written on these? Are you just trying to read them?
I'm just trying to quickly read and remember it.
All right, you're scanning through it. In typical Jedi form, it's written so blandly, but so precisely. You think that this is... It doesn't belong here, because this seems to be as if it's marking the location of some Jedi temple, because it's referring to this space as if it's a sanctuary. But you know that this isn't a sanctuary because there's no Jedi, there's no Force in this area. Although now that you're out of the chamber, the Force has returned and you can feel that tingle, and you can definitely feel off of the central, the one that's still repaired in good repair. That one is definitely giving off light side energy in the Force. The broken one is not giving off any energy whatsoever. So that's what you're getting off of this. Itura, how are you trying to record what's on this plinth?
Feverishly writing in my notebook.
Desperately trying to write it. Captain Zepp, how are you trying to commit this to memory?
I'm not trying to commit to memory. I'm just trying to follow along here.
You are sort of looking around the broken pieces of the other one. It looks like this obsidian material that they're made from. You're not a geologist, but it could be quite valuable.
Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. More valuable stuff we gotta leave behind, guys.
Well,
It's broken though.
and if we take it and it springs a trap?
Well, he already told us we did a good job,
Uh,
but this does seem related.
but, well, I know this doesn't belong here. It's from some kind of Jedi temple. I feel force from it, but it doesn't belong here, for sure.
I'm going to point to the skeleton and go, well, I think he begs to differ.
And that skeleton's right between those two giant slabs that just there moved.
Uh-huh.
Does that skeleton look flat?
It looks shattered, yes.
Oh, so those are shooting something. When we will go back, it will shoot at us.
Well,
Field.
you're running through this conversation and reading and trying to copy down, and there's a grating sound. And the statues rotate again.
Oh.
Lexi, what you doing?
Backing up slowly, going, really, you really need to get out of there right now. Like, I'm not joking. Oh, just backing up a bit further.
Okay. Weiss, are you continuing to read? You've read the first, probably, I would say, third of this plinth. It's talking about some store of Jedi knowledge, and there's reference to 5 or 6 different holocrons, which are the Jedi memory repositories. You going to carry on reading? What you doing?
I will read it.
Itura?
Tempting.
Is the clunk very audible?
Yeah. You can look behind you, and
Does the door look like it could be moved? The sliding door.
The one that opened up?
Yeah.
It's on rails, so you suspect it could be moved.
I will take one look at the pew pew statue thing. I will grab the door and be like, I'm not done with copying it, and pull it up.
You're going to try and drag the door in front of you?
Yes, because the other one looks like it's in line.
Okay, Shao, are you going to back up or get inside this new space that Itura is making?
Shao would hurry in with them, and
all right,
she's fixated on. Oh, sorry.
You hurry in as the door is pulled back. That's as far across as you can pull it. So, Captain, you're going to have to either get in or out.
I'm going to back out and shout, why don't we just take a recording?
Well, do anyone have something to just...
Does anyone have a holocam or a holorecorder?
Oh, I thought we...
And then I'll just pull out my...
I just have a recording stick.
Yeah. All right, so that's what... How far are you going to back up, Captain?
I'm going to back up all the way out.
Well, it's up to Lexi as far as you can in this particular turn. Sure. So that's the Captain. Itura, you pulled the door across. Shao, you've stepped further in. You also realize your family traded in what exactly when you traded?
Exotic goods, mostly foods and textiles.
Okay.
From Planet Dak.
Sure. You can give me a check. Give me, I would say do you have appraise?
I do.
Give me an appraisal check.
22.
You realize, looking at the shards of this broken plinth, that these are Cathura crystal. And Cathura crystal is incredibly rare, was used a long time ago by royals and nobles in jewelry because it doesn't occur very commonly in the universe. And slabs like this, they're probably worth about 10,000 credits each.
The entire slab?
The entire slab. So those shards would probably be worth maybe 200 or 300 credits per clump or per chunk of shard.
Cha-ching. Yeah, Shao definitely, that's part of why he's here in the first place, is trying to kind of restore his own reputation and his family. So seeing an opportunity like that, he starts scooping them up into his bag.
All right, you start scooping up into your bag. That's the end of the round.
I would concentrate on the corner that is in the line of fire.
The corner.
Copying that.
Oh, I see. Well, as you are trying to desperately copy it, these finally rotate to the sides, and then they clip into the wall. Sorry.
Oh.
No, don't worry. You're not flooded with acid.
That would be bad.
I grabbed the wrong layer. Sorry. They disappear into the wall.
But still, it isn't a good thing.
There is a grinding sound and a grating sound. And Lexi and Zepp, you guys will see this first. But we need to roll initiative. You two both have +5
Ooh.
to your initiative roll. Oh boy.
Nine.
Okay, so let's see. Zepp, with the +5, you get a 9.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. Weiss?
17.
17. Lexi?
15.
With the +5?
Only rolled an 8.
Itura?
That would be an 8.
An 8. And then Shao? I beg your pardon?
10.
10. All right. For a moment, I thought you said 2. I was like, what? So, Weiss, you are now in the second paragraph. And you are convinced that it is talking about the Great Valley. And it is called the Valley of Lore, Lore. And it seems to be as if perhaps this is where Jedi go to contemplate more inner understanding of the Force and attempt to even transcend from being physical, crude matter into pure Force energy. The last paragraph, which will take you this turn to read, is the location of the Great Valley. But as you're reading it, you realize that the wall in front of you seems to be opening as it grinds slowly downwards.
Oh,
and there is a dark black mass directly beyond that. What it's going to do, you're not sure. So, what are you doing?
Shouting to Itura to just copy the last paragraph and run.
So you're saying, Itura, stay behind, copy the paragraph, I'm going. Are you running?
Well, but because we were reading the same thing.
Yes,
We should
absolutely.
read different things.
Would it be nice to say that earlier? Yes.
Well,
So are you reading the last paragraph or are you running?
I try to quickly read it and
I'm
run.
reading and running. I'm reading and running. I swear I can run backwards. Give me a reflex saving throw as you try and run backwards and read this thing at the same time.
It will be 11.
11?
Yep.
Let's see. The Dice of Destiny says you're okay. You're okay. You get to this point here as you are reading this last block. And the location of this block, it indicates it as Farith 6.
Oh. Oh. Coincidence? I don't think so.
It was 5, the previous one.
Well, but the same solar system.
True.
Okay.
Maybe that's why those are here.
Then we get Lexi. You are watching as Weiss is doing this amazing running and twisting and reading, you are watching the wall at the far end of the corridor. You're realizing it's opening and something is going to fall or pour out of that opening down the passageway. But from in front of you or behind you, depending on your perspective, a strange light suddenly illuminates the corridor, and this crackling, arcing sound starts to fill the air as these massive bolts of energy start arcing across the chamber.
Is there any change in that panel that's next to me at the same time or not?
When
or
you came in, you investigated the panel, and effectively it looks like it used to control an ancient lighting system which had died long ago. It doesn't seem to do anything else. It's still on, though. It is still receiving power.
These bolts, are they just like a line?
They're
or
arcing
are they
across the entire corridor.
All right, okay.
But looking at it, you could spend the turn to try and see if there's a pattern, because they seem to arc and then discharge and then arc again and discharge in a sequence. But you'd have to study that sequence in order to know what's going on.
Yeah, I think she's going to do that, and yeah, because there's obviously no immediate like power source, like plug.
It could be the panel. It wasn't.
Yeah.
When you looked at it when you came in, it just seemed to register certain power functions within the building. This lightning certainly wasn't there when you came in.
Oh, I'm going to check the panel out.
All right, you go over to the panel. Give me a computer use check, if you please.
Computer use. 7.
You're pressing control buttons and stuff, and whoever designed the user interface was 2,000 years behind current trend. It's just so old-fashioned. It's like, what do you mean I have to press 3 buttons just to activate the menu? It's difficult. It's difficult for you to get through. You don't know if this controls the power or not. It's just beyond you. Shao, you're up next. You see the wall opening in front of you and something black on the other side.
Yes. I was able to grab a few of the shards.
Yes,
at
you
least.
have 5 shards so far. You could grab a bigger piece worth a couple thousand, but it would take you your turn to load it into your backpack.
Oh, man.
Everybody else is running. Well, at the moment, Wise has run backwards. Itura is frantically writing down stuff as we wait for her turn to happen. It's just you now with her.
Itura, as tempted as I am by all of these things, I think it's our time to go. And I'll so mournfully turn away from that big shard and start running.
All right, you're running over to Captain Zed. Itura, you are the last to act. Zep, sorry, did I skip? No, Zep. Zep, you're up. You're up, Captain.
Can I give a repair check or something to see if I can maybe short out the wall through that computer?
Disable device is the skill. Yes. If you have it, you can go for it. If you don't have it, you have a -4.
I don't have it, so I'm just gonna try computer use myself then.
Okay. Get out of the way, Lexi. Do you let the captain take over?
Yeah, sure.
What's your computer use check?
Let's see. My computer use is... Get out of there, Misty, as I roll a 5.
You're like, why is this thing so old? 3 buttons to get to the menu? I mean, who does that? As you are trying to
Lexi's just like, exactly right.
I know, right?
I didn't believe you. I'm sorry.
Someone really did build it this badly. That brings us over to Atura.
How close am I to?
You've got 1/3 of the paragraph left to finish.
I will press my back to the sliding door and
Yes.
just continue writing. But I will. Can I like feel the electricity beside, like
Well, the
behind me?
light has illuminated the room, and you're hearing this bzzz, arcing.
Okay. I will. Can I prepare an action to have my stun baton ready for the black ooze? Because there's a third left.
Yes. So you can have it. Well, your baton's at your side. You can lie it down next to you if you like, whilst you carry on writing, or put it under your arm and carry.
Yeah,
on
I'm
writing.
gonna like put my under my arm and continue writing and be like, electricity, me.
Okay, that brings us to the end of the round. The wall now completely drops away, and you realize it wasn't black ooze. It was just very dark out there. And what it was is now rolling towards you. It slams through the remaining stone and is this massive black metal ball, which is just rolling straight towards you at speed. Back to the top of the round. You
Couldn't have been snakes.
why couldn't it have been snakes? Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good question. Weiss, you're up first.
What do I do? What do I do? I run to the arcing
All right,
thing.
you run up to it.
See?
That's one movement. You have another movement left or an action. You
Can I do
could
something
possibly
with the
jump through this lightning, because like I said, it arcs across and then it stops and then it arcs again and then it stops.
I just looking if I can use something. Oh wait, I will try this, but I don't know what will happen. I ignite my lightsaber and put it in.
And you're just gonna, are you gonna try and, so you put the lightsaber into the lightning?
Yep.
Or do you run forward with the lightsaber? Forward. What?
Well, I tried just first putting it in.
All right. Well, we'll see what we will see what happens. I need you to give me a fortitude saving throw, please.
Oh,
Nice little conductor.
Wow.
You know what? I'm beginning to see why we've been unsuccessful up to this point.
oh. It's 19 plus 2.
There is a as the lightning slams into your lightsaber. You hold true even though there is this pain in your hand, and the lightning vanishes. That, however, is your action. Lexi, you're up next.
Right, I'm going to shoot this stupid badly made panel.
Boring conversation anyway. Bah, 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 bah. All right.
If I just destroy it, it'll work. And then I'm going to run to the next electricity bulb.
All right, give me, roll your damage, because you can't miss this thing. So roll your damage for your blaster.
Plus, I have point blank shot feet.
Nice.
I'm just going to use that pistol first. So it's, that's it. 11.
11 damage.
Yes.
You just shoot into this thing. There's sparks, and for a moment, it looks as if it's going to remain on. And then you see the 3 menu button flicker twice, and then the whole screen just goes black. And as it goes black, the second stream of lightning vanishes.
And then I'll use my move action, whatever's left of my move, to run as far as I can.
And then the third stream goes dark. As you rush forward, you've got 30 feet, so you get to there.
Aye.
Then
If in doubt, just shoot it.
we get to Shao. What are you doing?
So Shao's already almost melted twice, and now there's this giant metal ball. So he's beyond terrified, kind of doing one of those runs where the feet are in front of the body, just pushing it.
Are you gonna? Okay, so you double moving. All right.
Yeah.
You get all the way to the far end of the chamber, which gets you to those doors. And the promise of the great beyond, which is cold and icy.
Way better than this.
Oh, yeah. That then takes us to Captain Zepp.
Well, if I knew just shooting it would have worked, I would have used my first one. Well, no need sticking around where I ain't wanted. I'm in a book.
All right, you get to the door at the same time as Shao, as you leg it down the passageway. That leaves little old Itura. Itura, you suddenly find the corridor very quiet, except for this giant 20-ton ball of steel about to land on you.
Just to be sure, I got all of the
You
things.
got the last paragraph before it was shattered, yes.
Okay, check. Is the corridor squared?
Now that you look at it, yes, it is.
And there is a ball coming
Yes,
at me?
so there is a wedge, correct.
I will stash myself there.
You are going to try and hide in the wedge.
Roll into the wedge.
Okay, that's what you're going to try and do, and hope that it works.
What do I roll?
You're going to roll for me a D20. This is my own thing. It's a luck check. And you need to roll higher than the D20 that I roll, because it then means that you were lucky. So I have rolled. I have a number. You now get to roll and see if you're lucky or not.
That's a 19.
I got a 12. You win. You are lucky. No one sees this gigantic metal ball roll over and past. Gets up to there. Roll over and past Itura. The plinths are now both shattered and destroyed, as is the light source. You are left in darkness, Itura, as this ball continues to roll down. Everybody else, however, there is no chance of being electrocuted anymore. So unless you want to do something specific, all four of you are going to get out. It will be very tight for Weiss, but he has enough distance that he will be able to get out. Anybody doing anything other than just getting out?
Let me out, let me out.
The doors are open, right?
They are open, yes. You opened them when you came in. So you barrel out into the frigid snow.
Got us this far, maybe it'll help. And I'll take a shot at the ball before ducking out.
You're going to shoot.
And it will ricochet to me.
Oh my goodness. All right, you're going to fire at the ball. Make a ranged attack.
Okay.
Just don't roll a 1, otherwise you're going to shoot Weiss in the face.
8.
What do you get?
8.
8. Yep. As the good, noble, and honorable captain you are, you don't fire directly at your troops. You instead shoot the ball, as impossible as it was. Your shot somehow manages to hit the side of the wall. It doesn't actually hit the ball itself, sadly. There's some dust and debris, but otherwise doesn't seem to have any effect. You then step out?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, everyone's outside. Why is
Actually, it's like, it doesn't even work if you just shoot anything.
Well, I figured the first stupid plan worked. Maybe the second one would.
Weiss, your movement speed is 10 meters per round, right? You don't have a reduced speed for being a Kaldor.
Nope, I have 10.
All right, you managed to get all the way to the doorway, which puts all of you outside. And then there is this loud bang as the great big ball slams against the wall. And then silence. except for the
Wait,
wind and the
wait,
snow outside that
wait.
drifts around you.
We are missing one person, I think.
Yes.
Where is Itura?
Ah,
I look at the ball to see if there's any like smear marks on it.
You looking... You don't see any, but unfortunately you can only see 10 foot of its 40-foot diameter.
Well, she's either flat or the luckiest son of a ever.
Wait. I will use my C-force to see behind the ball.
You try to see behind the ball. Yeah, do you have it's a difficulty number is what? I think it's not very high. I think it's 10.
Yep, it's 10.
Meanwhile, so you're going to reach out with the force to see if you can sense anything living out there?
Well, I rolled 4.
The ball seems to just block everything. Either that or Itura is dead.
Well, I cannot sense the force through this ball.
Itura, you are in a very dark space right now.
Business as usual. I get up, dust my things, crack a glow rod, and start sizing up the biggest chunk of the green obsidian that could fit through the wedge out the door. Like,
Okay.
legit.
Most of it is now very small little shards of obsidian.
I take like as much as I can of the little shards into my
Okay.
pouch.
And then you head back?
Yep.
To the door.
Yep.
Okay. You get to the
Shiny.
door. You can see light shining in through the gap of the ball because it doesn't touch the door. It doesn't completely seal off, unfortunately, or fortunately in your case. You might be able to wiggle through if you try because you're not very big.
I'll try and yell through the gap, be like, "Oi, Wiz, can you like force shove this thing or something?"
You're hearing her
I
voice from the
don't-
side?
Itura, she's alive.
Ah, so lucky it is then. Right.
oh, thank goodness.
Well, I don't have force push to push it.
Just another day at the office.
Maybe
Wait.
if we all pushed it. I mean, it is a ball. Surely it wouldn't need.
I have an idea.
Oh,
Why
Don't
not just
shoot
get the
you're not
ship
going to
and
shoot it. You're not going to shoot it again, are you?
No. Get the ship and nudge it slowly.
Can we try pushing it first?
All
Let's-
right.
Let's try pushing it all together.
The less
Maybe
fun
it will-
option. Got it.
Everyone's going to try and push. Shao, are you going to try and push?
I'll do what I can. I'll be more of a moral support, but I'll push as hard as these little arms can.
Captain, are you going to push?
Just pat us encouragingly on the back. You got this. You got
There
this.
you go.
All right. All of you can give me an athletics or a straight up strength check. Combined, the 4 of you need to achieve 35 strength.
Whoa,
So
16.
16 from Weiss. Lexi,
19.
there's your 35. So you just need someone to have got a 1. Next up would be Shao.
I got a 17.
Wow. Okay. And then Captain.
0.
The captain was pulling on the ball, believe it or not.
He put his back out with that run. That's what it was.
You
Oh,
watch.
this is the big one.
We're going to have to get the ship now. The ball does indeed roll back a few feet, enough for you, Itura, to slip past. And I'm just going to move it out of the way completely. Enough for you to slip past and make it out into the cold. Your ship is docked several hundred meters away, deeper out into the cold field, if you like. but it's not too difficult to get to. Are you going to do anything before you leave this miserable planet and space?
Let's just go to the ship.
I'm
It
gonna
was enough
sigh.
adventure.
I'm gonna sigh from relief. Like, thankfully, I got it. I got it copied just in time.
Lexi's going to
Zep
shut
is-
the door because her mum always hated it when she left the doors open.
You're going to shut the door. Okay. You push the big stone door shut with a bang. Anybody
Zep
else?
is going to give a salute and say, well, you tried to beat us, but sorry, we won. Good job, though. Good try. And he's going to walk confidently away.
You're walking. Shao?
Sorry.
No?
Shao's gonna take a big deep breath of this cool fresh air. Oh my goodness, never in my life. And one kind of last look back at the temple, again trying to take a mental image just for some artistic inspiration for later, when I'm safe in bed and I can sketch.
There you go. And slowly you start making your way back towards the ship. You've got a little bit of a traverse to get there. And Captain, you're in the front. I need you to give me a spot check, please.
Ooh, finally. 21.
21. You're walking, it's a pathway which you followed before towards where the ship is, just beyond that frozen ice lake. And you realize that in front of you, there is a large pile of snow, which seems to be moving.
Shoot it.
Until eventually it bursts open and this massive, hairy, shaggy wampa stands up. And
Oh no, it's a snow looking.
we'll be back next week. Oh, well, whenever. I mean, we'll be done. We're done. We're 2 hours in.
Yay!
Well done, everybody. Well
That was nice.
done.
Great fun.
You know, once again, just proving that you never can tell how a game's going to run. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a
Yes,
blast.
it was really.
Awesome.
All right, so this is something that I've seen done before. I know you've got to go very quickly. So very, very, very quickly. Let's start with you, Shao. What was your favorite moment today, off the top of your head?
Oh man, I was pretty blown away when you, as a GM, tied in my skills, which I thought might not have any relevance at all. And I was looking at this hologram, and you asked me if I had certain skills, and I didn't. And I said I've got politics, and somehow politics helped us in this dungeon. And I was, wow, that was awesome. And it makes, as a character player, you know, it makes you feel like viable and useful, even though Shao's kind of I mean, this is not his element. As we saw, he really died a lot of times. But yeah, that was awesome.
There you go. Lexi, what was something that Shao did that you appreciated?
Something that Shao did that I appreciated.
Or thought was cool?
Uh,
Was there?
I think, to be fair, the nearly dying.
Your failure was cool.
He did it so spectacularly twice. Just a mental image of him just dangling over this thing like again as well the second time. It was just like,
That's
I'm glad
cool.
I could provide entertainment for you guys.
Hey, that's what it's all about,
Nearly
right?
died.
Zep, what did you find fun about Lexi?
I would have to say that her skills just came in so handy this time around. And in general, the way she played off her character, that lovely little, just, you know, how do I put it, archaeologist kind of behavior. I gotta write down everything.
No.
It's just
You're thinking of the wrong character, but yes, it's cool. It's fine. Keep going. Keep going.
For Lexi, then, what I loved was their cautiousness. Everybody else is like charging in head first, and she's sitting there thinking, should we think?
Absolutely. So Itura, what was your favorite part about Captain Zepp?
Well, actually, my favorite moment was when he was staring at the statues and went like, "Yeah, there's that one separate panel that I haven't yet fixed it." It was such a like perfect way of like failing a throw. I loved it.
Very cool. And then Weiss, what was your favorite moment about Itura?
When we both tried to copy the block, obsidian block. That was the best thing.
Both passionately tried to restore it. Yeah, absolutely. I have to say that my favorite moment with you guys was the way that you convinced yourselves of the trap. And the way that you worked through it was absolutely brilliant, because it's a classic example. I was writing it down whilst you guys were busy talking. I was writing down what the governor was going to say, and I just wrote down six sentences with numbers in them, right? Because that's what I needed to give you. And you're going, oh, but he said loyal and love. That's 2 L's, which means 1. I'm like, I don't know how that works, but sure, go with that, right? And then it's like, but forsworn doesn't get spelt the same way as the number 4. I'm like, oh my God, this might break the whole thing because I can't spell. Oh no! No, you guys did a great job, and I really appreciate it. I think it was absolutely awesome. And the balance that you got right was, how long do we stay and how long don't we stay for? So I really appreciated that. But anyway, you guys have a great evening, and thank you all for playing. And we'll be chatting in Discord as to how we move forward for our next session. Until then, have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.